There is one thing that concerns me these days, and I worry because we seem to be careless about how we deal with issues. I've spoken at length about the danger of neglecting to deal with character flaws. Others call it character flaws, others call it altars that come from previous generations. Those of you who have been with me for some time, you'll know that very often when I speak, I make reference to spiritual or biblical principles. In the Bible, there was a man called Jesse who had a son by the name of David, and that son gave birth to his son called Solomon. The one thing that is similar about this family, they all were struggling with the sin of sexual immorality. They all were struggling with the sin of sexual immorality. Let me perhaps put you up to speed with the man David. David is the one that sent a man to a slaughterhouse. He sent Uriah the Hittite to be killed with a sword. And he took the wife of Uriah. Eventually married Bathsheba, the wife of Uriah, and they gave birth to a son called Solomon. The sin of David, the sin of sexual immorality that was in David, moved over to Solomon. As a matter of fact, I have said it so many times that if there is one thing that your family struggle with and you neglect to deal with it, it will multiply on your children and your children's children. David came from the tribe of Judah. Some of you may be familiar with scriptures that in that very same lineage, you have a man who slept with his daughter-in-law, impregnated her, and hid it. David tried to hide it. The very same immorality, sexual promiscuity, caught up with Solomon. And the devil showed off on Solomon's life. Why? David came into office, preoccupied himself with kingship, and neglected to deal with the seed of sexual immorality that was running in his veins, in his blood. At that point in time, when he committed that sin, Solomon was in his loins. And the same thing happened to Solomon. I asked myself, what become of our children today? What become of our grandchildren today? If we are today conscious or aware of the kind of things that we deal with, and we neglect to deal with that, it's going to multiply in the lives of our children, who may not be conscious enough like us. I ask myself, there are people that come from this particular family. In that family, it does not matter what you do. You can try everything. You walk down the aisle, hardly a year or two, you are out. And it follows a pattern. If you become aware of that and you neglect to deal with it, just know that you are just but one of the lineage or the lines that have taken this to the next level. I want you to really apply yourself. Think. Do you love your children enough to give them a better inheritance? It may not be easy. If you are dealing with that particular thing, if you are dealing with that particular flaw in your family lineage, and you try to stop it, you will pay the price. Make no mistake. Because some of these things have been coming down for generations. And now you show up and say, this is it. It stops you, it ends with me. Every evil will be unleashed on you. But if you know what is at stake, the generations that are coming behind you are dependent on you. What are you going to do? Are you going to just take it? It's one of those things. My mama didn't get married. My grandma didn't get married. My great-grandma did. Are you going to allow that? My pa was just a womanizer. My grandpa was a womanizer. I heard that even my great-grandpa had, at one point, had 10 girlfriends. Are you going to allow that? Because as long as you have that history, you will struggle with that. And if you don't chop the head of the snake, it's going to swallow your children and your children's children. And the future thereof is not going to be okay. I want you to take time. Take note. Look at your family lineage. What is it that has been haunting your family? Very often I meet young people saying, oh, I'm so looking forward. I met this hunk. Oh, I'm looking forward to a life of prosperity and everything. You have not even done a homework. You have not even checked as to where does this fellow come from? What is their relationship with their family? What are the issues in that particular family? Granted, every family has its own challenges, but there are those ones that you know. I mean, guys, even medical science will tell you there are hereditary or sicknesses that you can inherit. You have these particular people, as soon as they turn 45, they are dying for some strange reason, some form of disease and whatever, I don't know. But you have that pattern. It has been proven medically that sicknesses or diseases can be transferred through generation, through the blood. Ask yourself, what is it that your family is wrestling with? Be that one, be that bold one who stands up and say, this is it, it ends with me. Think about that. Thanks very much.